Hello again, this is Belinda with lesson 23 of A Course in Miracles. Lesson 23 states, I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts. I'm going to read quite a bit from this summary because it just says it so perfectly. It says, the idea for today contains the only way out of fear that will ever succeed. Nothing else will work. Everything else is meaningless. But this way cannot fail. Every thought you have makes up some segment of the world you see. I remember my boyfriend and I were discussing the terrorist attack in San Bernardino and in France a few months back. And he was talking about it, and you could tell he was upset and angry and just didn't understand the whole point of it all. And he's like, aren't you mad? And I've read enough of the Course in Miracles to know that getting mad only fuels the fire. Getting mad only gives those terrorists power. And I'm talking about energetic power, frequency. I may say something pretty controversial. And so we got started on the topic of terrorists. And I was like, no, I can't get mad. Why would I be mad? It says, they truly in their hearts believe they're doing God's work. And they truly believe that what they're doing is right. It says, how many things do you do that you think are right and good? But if someone else came and saw what you did, would judge it. So there's lots of things. It's like I just can't be angry anymore. I no longer choose to be angry. So then we got on the topic. He's like, how could you not be angry? I'm like, because I know that my angry thoughts will only create more things to be angry about. I says, and that is, I'm blessed that is so far removed from me at the moment and forever. And then I started thinking about it. And I said, let's just go down this path for a minute. He goes, haven't you seen the terrible things that some of these terrorists have done to Christians? And I was like, do you see that the Christians and these terrorists, these Islamic radicals, are the same, are two sides of the same coin? I said, how many Christians walk around saying, are you willing to die for your faith? Are you willing to die to stand up for Christ and for Jesus? I said, they are willing to die. They're willing to die for what they believe. And if they believe that so wholeheartedly, then the law of attraction, God, whatever name you want to give it, to me it's all the same. It's going to bring them somebody, it's going to create someone that is willing to kill them. I says, if the Christian were to stop wanting to be a martyr for their faith, then there would be nobody out there to kill them. It wouldn't be necessary. And he looked at me like I was crazy. And it may be a bit crazy, but in the very simplest of terms, isn't that what we're talking about? And even Jesus said to us, I am going through this so you never have to. So that you never have to. These Christians don't have to die for their faith. That's not required of them. And that is their arrogance. That is their arrogance. Because Jesus said that he was doing it for us all so that it would never have to happen for anyone ever again. I'm going to keep reading. It is your thoughts, then, that we must work, if your perception of the world is to be changed. If the cause of the world you see is attack thoughts, you must learn that it is these thoughts which you do not want. There is no point in lamenting the world. There is no point in trying to change the world. It is incapable of change because it is merely an effect. But there is indeed a point in changing your thoughts about the world. Here you are changing the cause. The effect will change automatically. And this brings me back to the book, The Presence Process by Michael Brown. I've mentioned it once before in another video. That 11-week process teaches you to see. It makes you stop and breathe and see what's going on in your mind. It's a little intense, and if I remember when I picked that book up, it was like water for a person dying of thirst. It had so much wisdom in it, so much simplicity too, for someone who did not want to own up to her contribution to the chaos and the attack and anger in the world. So if this whole idea of changing your thoughts, or you are adamant that you do not have, that you are not a negative person, that you are not that you just don't think like this, go through the presence process and see if that is true. I used to think the same thing about myself. Another thing that has helped me a lot is it just escaped me. So if it's relevant, I'll remember for another video. I'm going to read one more paragraph. It says, "You see the world that you have made, but you do not see yourself as the image maker. You cannot be saved from the world, but you can escape from its cause. That is what salvation means. For where is the world you see when its cause is gone? Vision already holds a replacement for everything you think you see now." So in order to make this change, where you are causing, how do you know if this is something that was, I asked this question before when I was going through this the first time. It's like, how do you know when you are the cause of something when it makes you angry? If you see something and it makes you angry, then that means you are somehow contributing to that effect. Yeah. Where did I read that? I think it was Greg Braden. I was watching one of his videos, and I think he mentioned something about that, how he had attracted someone into his life, an employee, personal assistant or something, who started to steal from him. And so I believe his statement was, and the quote isn't exact, paraphrasing, but I believe his statement was, either I was guilty of it, or I highly judged the behavior. So judgment is also something that the Course in Miracles really talks about, how it can be a hindrance to this whole process of truthfulness and having the vision to seeing truth. So I'll stop there for lesson 23. I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.